Hey, welcome. I'm Jim N4VFR with Ham Radio Prep and the World Radio League.
Max, November 4, Mike Lehman Fox.
And this is James, KN4NEH.
That's Resident. Fine, good stuff, cheap. Getting a mic like that is really helpful. And run one cable into your analog portable TV receiver.
We've been showing off the new World Radio League log.
Georgia GMRS. Let me get
the different scripts that we might have.
with our friends at North Georgia. Radio is there, and there's Hey, welcome. I'm Jim N4VFR with Ham Radio Prep and the World Radio League. And the first time ever I'm here with Max at the Stone Mountain Hamfest.
Yeah, Max, November 4, Mike Lehman Foxtrot for Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League, first Stone Mountain Hamfest, and it should be a ton of fun.
And this is James, KN4NEH, also at the Stone Mountain Hamfest, and looking forward to having a great day. We got the booth set up. It's not quite 8 a.m. yet, and people are already here, so we're looking like we got a good turnout. We're giving out free books today for anybody that's a Ham Radio Prep student. If you're a Ham Radio Prep student and you join or sign up for World Radio League, you also are getting free books today. Let's see, anybody hoping to pick something up? Jim, you hoping to pick anything up at the Hamfest today?
I want to get some power pole pieces. That's a low-hanging fruit. I just need some supplies for my shack. But I think I'm looking forward to going through the Boneyard because it never fails. There's always something that's like, I could spend $100 on that and have some fun with it. So I'll be prowling around later on for that.
Yeah, definitely seconding Jim there. There's always something that it's like, oh, well, might as well pick that up. I'll find something to use it for. But I'm really looking for a Morse key. Finally get into, the final frontier of amateur radio, which is Morse code operating. So that should be easy to find, and it's just finding the right one.
The problem is it's just kind of hard to learn. If you're gonna get into Morse, you're gonna look for a Morse code training app or something, or how do you plan on learning that?
I'll just learn by doing. There's a bunch of great training courses online on the internet, but also just learning the alphabet and then getting on is probably the best way to just get your Morse up.
From talking with other friends who've learned Morse code, they Learn CW online. There's also a group of hams that do CW ops training, so you can actually set up and do a structured course if you're interested in that as well. You can check those out online.
Yeah, we're going to have a good Hamfest.
We're headed to the Boneyards. This is where individuals will, post up gear that they have for sale.
We're going to try and see what bargains we could find. Good stuff, cheap. Gwinnett County Club has an emergency communications trailer as part of their Aries group, so they always bring that out, so you can take a look at that. And then over here is my friend Daryl. Daryl is part of the North Fulton group, and he does satellite stuff. And this truck was just out last week helping students talk to astronauts at one of the schools in Marietta. So Daryl does a lot to support the ham radio STEM activities.
That is the
11
Galaxy
meters.
Stuff.
Works on 10 too? Okay. $600, that's a good radio. $600 for a used HF radio is not a bad deal, especially this is a fairly recent model, so I would say that if you're on a budget, that might be something you want to play with.
It's at $125. The FD60R is already a great radio. It's been on the market since 2004.
Yep.
And so getting it at that deal with everything is a great way to get, upgrade from the Baofeng.
The MD200 mic, that was really good. If you want to upgrade your mic and go hands-free on your desktop, getting a mic like that is really helpful. Lots of tubes. I've got parts to build the Heil Pine board kit, and maybe I'll do that this winter. some more CB stuff.
Yeah.
Look at this old receiver. So this is like lovingly restored kind of thing, where if you like to play with old radios, this Collins receiver would be fun to listen to HF on and shortwave too. You get some Coca-Cola while you're at it.
There you go, Coke
You got to get
Classic.
your Coke Racing family Coca-Cola here. So if you take a look here, there's people. This is a fun Hamfest because people come and camp out, and you can see people have their antennas set up. So they'll come, they'll shop, they'll operate, and it's a big social event in addition to just being a place to buy some stuff for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, some nice HF radios here.
Yeah.
There's a D104 mic if you're into old school mics. Part of this is what I like about ham radio is, mile wide list of things you can do. From activating old military radios to building satellite rigs, right?
Yeah.
So we're seeing it all here this morning. ICOM IC46, which is a nice, fairly modern radio. 1450 or 1300 as a package because you've got the additional speaker and mic. I think that's a pretty good kind of deal that you watch out for as you're walking around.
Yeah, and same thing with but the 7000, it's kind of a breed of radio that no longer exists, right? It has a full color screen, but it's also 100 watts, but it's also small enough to be mobile. It's also small enough to be portable.
Yep, and 7000 has UHF and VHF, so in addition to HF. So it really is an all-mode radio, great shack starter radio. So if you've got just got your license, you want to buy something and see if you like HF, that could be a fun pickup.
To do it.
I wouldn't be shy about buying old manuals because unless you're going into digital or something, the basic technology for making an antenna or basic electronics hasn't changed a lot. So picking up an old manual, again, a good way to dip your toe in the water and start reading up on stuff.
How much are you asking on the key?
That one's 15.
15?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Max is the first buyer here. He's found his key. He's going to go with a straight key to get started in Morse code. So
there you go.
There you go. Should be fun. Check on what you want to listen to. So this one probably doesn't support digital. So if your local police or fire department is what you want to listen to and they're not on digital, that one probably wouldn't work as well for you. But you can listen to ham radio, FM repeaters, National Weather Service.
Yeah.
Got to pick that stuff up great. So back in the day, when you're thinking about the really old radios, they used crystals to control their frequencies. And if you're looking for a particular crystal, Hamfests are a great place to pick up just the right one that you're looking for to get and put in your radio and run it. So get on frequency with the right crystal. And every Hamfest is going to be different. So Stone Mountain Hamfest brings out a lot more of the electronics folks than, and Huntsville is another big one. Some of the smaller Hamfests may not have this extensive lineup, but you're always going to find something different. And every year there's different people at the Hamfest, so they will bring different things and have different experiences as well.
Yeah.
This is a lineman's phone. So as the guy from AT&T came to connect up your phone, he would clip on to this outside and be able to hear if you had a dial tone on your line or not.
And these are actually pretty cool too for amateur TV, right? So this is an analog portable TV receiver. So back in the day, you'd be able to receive, your VHF TV on the go. But now you can use these to receive amateur TV as well. So if you're trying to get into that, this is a great way to have a little does it work type of deal.
That's a great point. Lots of times we call radios boat anchors because they're old and big and heavy. This is a real boat anchor, and I have never seen a real boat anchor at a Hamfest before. So a little mixing of the metaphors.
So the 2000, the 2000s were good.
2000 is a good popular radio. And they were another one that did HF, VHF, and UHF.
Yeah.
So that's
all band,
cool.
all mode too.
I think if you want to play with satellites, that might be a good home radio to first weather station I've seen.
Yeah.
But, boat anchor metaphorically versus boat anchor physically. A couple of microscopes here. Now you might not think that, well, why do I need a microscope for ham radio? If you're doing board soldering, this would be really handy to be able to set
Yeah.
up and solder small parts like surface mount parts. So
Yeah.
something you might think about if you're going to really get into building your own surface mount stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 2000.
That's a good piece.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make me an offer. I really need to sell it. Seriously.
Okay. Yeah, more TVs for slow scan.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about these old TVs for slow scan. For a fast scan.
For fast scan, yeah.
Until you mentioned it.
Well, yeah, 'cause, I mean, a lot of the ATV stuff it has overlap
Yeah.
with the regular analog TV.
I've never traveled with a portable Yagi, but that's got to be VHF
Has to be.
at least, if
That's
not.
probably 442, and that looks like 6 meter on the top.
6 meter on the top, you think? Okay.
That'd be my guess.
Yep. Lots of HTs. Here's another radio I was thinking about for people who are interested in getting an all-band radio at a Hamfest. This ICOM, this is the
7100.
7100, and it's got a nice little display head. It does HF and VHF, UHF. It also does D-Star. So it really is a good radio if you want to get into digital or something. Want to have a single radio for your shack, it's a very cool radio to potentially start with.
Hey, speaking of, if you need a radio, good mix of some ICOM stuff. Yeah, we already talked about the 7000. Looks like there's varying conditions there. But the 756 Pro, tons of people still use them.
Yep.
Great display on them. ICOM really did a good job over the years.
Yeah, that's a
making-
nice size display for seeing your information and your fish finder.
Yeah, and as you can see, $500 is about as good as you can get.
Yeah, that's a decent price there.
And these old SAT dishes can be pretty good if you're trying to work satellite too, because a lot of the SATs up through AMSAT actually use bands compatible with these dishes.
Yep. I have one in my shed waiting for me to do a project with it. These are audio amps, not RF amps, I believe.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful looking. If you like that smooth sound of a
Tube amp.
tube amp,
And the glow of the tubes.
and
that,
below the tubes, you come to the right place today. I am. I'm Jim. How you doing?
Billy.
Hi, Billy. Nice to meet you. This is Max.
Max.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I was sitting there going, I swear he's on the day. Well, I just recognized you from the video.
From the video.
Yeah.
Cool.
What do you got
We're
here to
doing a
look for
tailgate
today?
Really more knowledge and specifically knowledge about antennas.
There you go. You'll find that.
Yep.
Even if you don't find the antenna exactly, you'll find everything you need to put one together.
Really, like I said, I'm looking for knowledge
Yeah.
more than anything.
Yeah.
Signed away. Thank you. Congratulations. So you're going for your extra, or you passed it?
I got the technician. I got the general
Okay.
back in August and September.
Perfect.
And extra, I said I'm gonna wait on that.
Yeah, but-
and then I found out they're going to change the questions. I was like, well, maybe I need to get on.
You got about 7 more months before the questions change.
And now you have the book too, so
Yep.
you have
You're good to
everything
go.
you need.
Well, thanks. Congratulations on
Yeah.
your
Sure.
success so far,
Appreciate
and have fun being an extra.
Yeah.
You like it. No reasonable price refused. Wife says get rid of it. That's the motivation to sell right there, boy. So I hope you enjoyed walking around the Boneyard with us. Max found something. He's got his key. I haven't bought anything yet, but the day's still young. So we'll keep shopping around and enjoyed meeting people at the Hamfest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, ton of fun. I mean, I didn't leave unscathed, but for $15, this key is really a great deal. I mean, you can't really do much better than that.
Yep. I think those are the kind of things when you explore the Boneyard at your local Hamfest. This is boat 100. Your fish. So it's having the wire be as close to the wavelength form as possible, so it's the most efficient it can be.
Yeah, C's that are way higher because they're not stuff that you know, it's all radio.
Talking
Everything
about grounding
has-
your shack, you want to make sure that it's all connected together. That's
I guess
probably
what it is too is that, I mean, any piece of metal that's conductive is has resonance, or it's it's matched for some frequency and in some form. So sometimes if you if you happen to have a ground strap that's 5 meters in length for whatever reason,
Yeah.
okay, well that's a quarter wave of 20 meters.
Right.
So you might get some weird bounce.
Yeah, I think of that more as coax length.
That's more
versus-
coax. Yeah, that's usually more in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
feed line. We have a mobile version, so whether you're on your phone or you're on your computer at home, or they're logged to the cloud and you can access them from wherever. I can go on the logbook right now, right, and I can go see what contacts I've logged.
Brand new.
About a month.
Yeah, we actually just released in like beta like a month ago, and so we're building new features like really quickly.
Yeah.
So this is how far we've been able to get in 1 month. So
Yeah.
what is going on, guys? This is James, Kilo November 4 November Echo Hotel, coming to you from the Stone Mountain Hamfest here in beautiful Stone Mountain, Georgia. And we're having a good time. We've been giving away a bunch of free books for Technician, General, and Amateur Extra. We've been showing off the new World Radio League logbook. So basically, we're going to help you get your license. And then on this side of the table, we're going to help you log your contacts. We're going to help you get on the air and have some fun while you're operating. And you get these awesome visualizations so you can see your contacts going across the globe. You can see the leaderboards, and we've got more coming as far as the live competitions as well too. I got to ask you, Max, what have you picked up from the Hamfest today, and what have you seen that you've liked so far?
So I picked up a couple of keys. I picked up a straight key, pretty standard type of deal, just out at the Boneyard that you saw. It works, it was cheap. And then also I picked up something a little bit nicer, which is this nice handmade double paddle, but it's a very smooth action and all handmade, all brass, looks machined. And yes, that's all I've picked up. Have you picked anything up yet?
Haven't picked anything up yet. I'm on the hunt for an HF antenna for my roof, but I haven't bought anything yet. There are some really, really cool, I think they call them Tar Heel poles out on the outside that have been really cool. But let's come back over here to the Technician, General, and Amateur Extra really quick. I'm gonna ask Max. Max, what would you say? What would be your biggest study tips for somebody who's just getting into ham radio and just trying to get their technician license? What advice would you give to somebody?
I mean, the biggest piece of advice is just setting aside the time, right? I mean, think back to like when you were taking classes, whether in high school or in college or whatever. You might know the material innately, right? Because a lot of the stuff, especially in technician, is stuff that you might know already, right? But if you don't set aside the time to put that information into the context of like the license exam or into the context of actually operating amateur radio, you're never really going to learn it. So yeah, just setting aside the time to really learn the content is the biggest thing you can do.
And I'd also say too, definitely download the mobile app. You know, a lot of people, we obviously have the books, so you can study with the book. We have the online classes with the lessons that you can study with on the website. But the video lessons and the text lessons are also 100% available in our app. So make sure you're downloading the app, and we break the lessons up into really easy sections. So you just take like a 5-minute to 10-minute video lesson, you read the text, and then you take the quiz, and you're on your way. If you can do that a few times, you can get your license. And if you can get tech, then you can get general. And if you can get general, you can get amateur extra. So we're having a good time at the Hamfest, and more updates to come.